Hey everybody, Edo here, and this is Canosa from One Day West Games, and it is live on Kickstarter now. And in Canosa, which you play on top of the box to give it some elevation, this is all a prototype. What you are doing is you are playing as sirens, and you are trying to enchant and seduce or claim or pull different, a bunch of like a ship, overcast sailors to your island, presumably to kill them? I don't know. Actually made me think of the season 3 What We Do in the Shadows Sirens episode, for those who are in and know about Colin. But I thought it made me chuckle. But actually, thematically, I think this works. It's an interesting game. It's a 2-player abstract strategy game where the objective of the game is to get 4 sailors to your island first. However, you'll notice that there are the gold rings and there are the silver rings, and you can only entice sailors that have your enchantment or your ring on them. So I'll show this in a little bit, but I'm trying to pull these sailors towards me. So you can move enchanted or under your spell sailors, and then you can move your siren, as can the other player. And so actually there's this interesting pull mechanic in this game. Like that's sort of the focus, which feels sort of novel and unique. This is a pretty light and accessible abstract strategy game. There are depths to like bumping and ring control and a few other elements to it, but it's pretty straightforward and I think welcoming in that regard. But so anyway, what you can do in your turn, you get 2 actions per turn. First player only gets 1, but then everyone will get 2 from there on. And you can move your siren, a spot for an action that's surrounding for your siren. You can move a sailor adjacent or orthogonal towards you, but they can't go through other sailors, so you've got to deal with that problem. You can, if you're next to a sailor, you can enchant them, and you can like overtake somebody, the other player's ring, right? So if the top ring is the one who spells under control, or you can take your ring back, which becomes relevant in the game. But once you have somebody under your control, you can move them and move them towards your island, and each movement is 1. When they get to the end, you're going to return the rings to the respective sirens, except there's a max of 3 rings, and if there are 3 rings and a siren has double rings, they'll lose 1. So you can have some rings leaving over time. And you'll notice that the sirens, the sailors you start commanding are on the opposite side, so you have to figure out how to get past them. But so what ends up happening is you're sort of moving, stealing, the other player's coming in, and you're sort of trying to control and take back sailors as you're moving them towards your side. Initially, it does feel a little bit light in that, like, it can easily become like, okay, well, you know, you're going to get that sailor and I'm going to get this sailor. You're going to get that sailor and I'm going to get this sailor. It requires one of you, you know, to win and drive play. You really have to be an aggressor to a degree and start hooking their sailors in order to help make it easier to get yours away. You need to start blocking and getting in the way of sailors. And then actually, based on your ring, if you have more rings than the other siren, you can also bump the siren. So like what we found is in a lot of games, it sort of starts off pretty chill, but then as you're working on your 3rd and 4th player, you get more into that jockeying. It is on the close side, you know, it's typically somebody has 3 and the other person wins the 4th, right? It's not like, you know, you never, I mean, I guess you could, but there aren't typically like games where one player has 4 sailors and the other one has 0, right? Like usually it's contesting the last 2 where most of the gameplay comes out, or you're like, you know, trying to not cash out rings to keep them from the other player and things like that comes through it. These are wonderful pieces. I guess there was this deluxe all wood version, and this is sort of the game box version or the store version. I mean, it's gonna be a Kickstarter, but like more of a standard retail. But I like the size of these pieces, which again, this is a prototype, but I assume it'll be like this. And it sort of felt like the conceit. Like I feel like the theme came through, and the dynamic of trying to pull against the other player worked and was interesting. So if you're really into abstract strategy games, I would sort of put this in that entry category. It's very easy to explain. There are only a few actions, and there's not too much going on, but the depth is there. There's some interesting play and surprises as you play. So anyway, this is Canosa. Hey everybody, Edo here, and thanks for watching Gaming with Edo. Reviews over here on this playlist, League and Insider videos over here on this one. Subscribe, share, all that good stuff. But most importantly, play some great games. Thanks. Bye.